G'day legends. If you've been looking for a simplified way to make your mixes sound glued, tight, punchy, polished, and loud, then I've got the plugin just for you. This is a brand new one from Black Salt Audio called Mix Bus. This plugin can easily replace a whole bunch of plugins that you might already have on your Mix Bus and just simplify the process of enhancing your mix into one single plugin. So if you want to see how the BSA Mix Bus can take your mix from sounding like this to sounding like this. Then stick around because we're going to dive straight into this. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, those examples weren't really fair because the second one was a lot louder. And you're right. With Black Salt Audio's Mix Bus on, the track was a lot louder, and that's because that's one of the things that this plugin can help you with, achieving your final loudness and getting your track ready for release. So this is Black Salt Audio's Mix Bus right here. And if at any point you want to check this out for yourself, make sure you hit the link in the description below. It's only available on the Artist Pass for the first 30 days of release, and then after that, you can pick up perpetual licenses for Black Salt Audio's Mix Bus. So in our top left, we've got our compression. So this will be our Mix Bus compressor, and we have two options for compression types, glue and punch. Glue being a little bit slower and grabbier sounding, and punch a little bit faster and more aggressive. We've also got a low frequency compressor. This is used to control the low end of your mix. So if your low end feels a little bit out of control, this can really tighten things up easily. Then we've got our Sculpt section, which enhances the tonality of our mix. Underneath the hood of this, there's definitely some EQ and saturation happening. Beef enhances our low end, body is for our mids, and air is for our high end. This can definitely add a bit of sheen and polish to your mix. Then at the end of the chain, we have our loud knob. This is where we can push our mix up and achieve our commercial loudness, getting it ready for release. So essentially a built-in limiter at the end of the chain. Okay, so let's dial in a setting. Let's start with our compression, and let's see what sounds best on this track, glue or punch. So I think punch really works well. This track is giving it a lot more energy. You can see it's a lot faster, a bit more aggressive style compression. Glue sounded great too. As you can hear and see with the needle, it's a lot slower, just sort of massages the track together. But I like the energy the punch is giving us. Now let's dial in this low end. This is really just tightening up the kick and the bass together. Sounds great. Now let's see what we can do with Sculpt. That sounds awesome. Those parameters are so easy to use to sweeten up a mix. Let's have a listen to everything now, bypass off and on. That sounds awesome. It's definitely making the track feel a lot more polished and refined. Now, last of all, let's bring up the overall loudness of the track. Let's push this up until it starts to sound kind of crunchy and then back it off a little bit. It's good to do this with it gain matched so you can really concentrate on the sound of the limiter and what's happening at the end of the chain here. And then once you find that sweet spot where everything's sounding good, then you can turn your gain match off and you'll have that loudness added to the track. Okay, so let's put on gain match and then let's push the loudness. So it feels pretty good around there. Past that point, it was starting to get a little bit crunchy sounding. Let's turn gain match off. Let's put a loudness plugin after Sculpt Audio Mix Bus, and let's see what kind of loudness we're achieving at the moment. Okay, so we're actually hitting around -6 on an integrated loudness, and then on the short term we're getting up into like -4, -5. So it's actually pretty loud. So it's a pretty decent limiter on the end of this. You can crank that track up, get it nice and loud for commercial release, which is pretty cool. Now obviously you don't have to master your tracks loud, that is totally a personal choice, but the ability to do so is there. So let's do one more before and after on this particular track. So even when it's level matched, you can hear how much that's enhancing the track. Now, this isn't just great for hard-hitting tracks, pop punk, rock, metal, that kind of stuff. It works great on pretty much anything you put it on. So let's try it out on a bit of a country pop track that I produced. That's how easy it is to dial in a setting, and it sounds really great on a pop track just like this. Now, something that's really cool is once you've dialed in a setting like this, if you want to hit it a little bit harder, you can use the input trim to boost into Sculpt Audio's Mix Bus and just squeeze out a little bit of extra juice out of the plugin. Having these bypass switches is also really helpful to know whether the processing you're adding is enhancing the track. So we can quickly check if that low comp is actually making things sound better. Definitely tidying it up with that thick kick sound and the sub bass. Sounds really great. What about the Sculpt? Having that switch there is good just so you can A/B very quickly. Okay, but it's not just for dense pop tracks and rock tracks. You can also use this on really simple stuff like an acoustic guitar and vocal style recording. So let's dial in a setting on a track just like that.
Where did the time go? There's always tomorrow. Blink and it's wasted. Chances erased. Now it's just wishful thinking. My heart keeps sinking. Where did the time go? Did I miss my window with you? Oh, with you. Stay with me. Blissful memories. Gets hard to breathe when you're not here with me. Lost in a sea of what will never be. But you'll stay with me in my memory.
I think that sounds really great. Now, what I was doing then was I was pushing that low comp a little bit harder, particularly in the chorus when the finger strumming comes in, there's a bit more low end build up. So it's really grabbing a hold of that. And I'm able to balance out the low end a lot better in the mix then by just pushing the beef up a lot more. So have a listen to that when we bypass these off and on.
Stay with me, blissful memories. Gets hard to breathe when you're not here with me. Lost in a sea of what will never be. But you'll stay with me in my memory.
It just gives the low end a lot more control, and then I'm able to make the track feel fuller and warmer overall by pushing up the beef in the body, which I think is really cool. So it's not just for hard-hitting tracks, it works great on softer style music just like this. So there you have it, guys. That is Black Salt Audio's Mix Bus, an absolutely killer plugin for just helping you get your mixes sounding glued, tight, punchy, polished, loud, all of that good stuff, all packaged into one nice little plugin. I think it's really cool. So if you want to check it out, make sure you use that link in the description below. Again, it's only available on the Artist Pass for the first 30 days of release. And then after that, you can pick up perpetual licenses for Black Salt Audio's Mix Bus. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support this channel, make sure you visit my website using the link in the description below. I've got drum sample packs, mixing courses, and templates over there. Grabbing any of that stuff is a massive support. If you want to stick around for another video, check out this next one coming up.